What are the best essential oil diffusers? It can be confusing, not sure which to choose from because there's so many. I have a family of 8 with 6 kids and have been using essential oils for over 14 years. Kind of diffuser snobs. We've been through many diffusers and I'll show you the best essential oil diffusers depending on what you're wanting it for and the budget that you have, plus my favorite diffuser blends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacy Paulsen. I was a skeptic about essential oils and diffusing, but have turned into a believer. Now, if you're like most people, you are concerned about what you're breathing in with all the chemicals in the air and in our products. So many are switching from chemical perfumes, toxic candles and cleaners, you know, those plug-ins and sprays, because what we breathe in only takes about 26 seconds to get distributed to every cell in our body. So let's make sure that we are intentionally putting things into the air that are not only good to smell, but do good for our body. Most of us want to smell good smells. We want our home to be a great positive space, elicit positive emotions, and also have the benefits of healthy living. So the first one is a passive diffuser or evaporative diffuser. This is basically where you will put essential oils on something and they just passively diffuse into the air. So like this is a passive diffuser. You just put oils on there. There's even, this is an ornament that you can put oils on. You can put it on jewelry. So there's lava beads, there's different types of beads that are porous. You can get necklaces and put the oils on and it will just diffuse into the air. This is an inhaler, which is again a passive diffuser. You put the oils on a wick and then you just breathe that in. The second type of diffuser is a heat diffuser, and I actually don't recommend these, but this is where you are putting, and I don't have them own them because when you heat up essential oils, it changes the chemical composition of them and can actually make them toxic. Another diffuser is the nebulizing diffuser, and this is where they're just straight from the bottle of oil is connected to the diffuser. So this one you actually plug in and it will just shoot out oil. There's actually a sensor, so I love this one in my bathroom because it will just, when you walk in, it will just shoot out a couple of sprays of essential oil. This is another nebulizing diffuser. You can see how it just puffs that out. And again, this one has a sensor on it. The most popular essential oil diffuser is actually an ultrasonic diffuser. So those are the type that use water. So I have it going here, have it going here. And so you put some water in, you put the oil into the diffuser with that. And what happens is there's a vibrating disc in the diffuser that atomizes the water molecules and attaches the essential oil to those water molecules, and they go into the air in such a small, fine mist that the oils and the water molecules stay in the air 2 to 3 hours. So even after the diffuser might have gone off, so it's not like heavy water molecules like a humidifier that go into the air and then they settle pretty quickly. So that's why a lot of people love those type of diffusers. And then the last diffuser is a humidifying diffuser. So that is where you're using a humidifier where it puts the heavier water molecules into the air, but you're actually able to use essential oils as well. So you're getting the benefit of both. Regular humidifiers are not necessarily capable or ready to take on essential oils, so don't be putting essential oils in your regular humidifier. Okay, now I wanted to do a quick review for you because we have gone through a ton of diffusers. I have companies that send me diffusers, I've purchased diffusers, and there's some that I've been using for years that have just been solid diffusers. There's others that have been solid for a bit, and so sometimes you pay more for a really good quality diffuser, and sometimes it's worth paying for a cheaper diffuser and just replacing it every year or two because you didn't pay that much for it. So it really depends on you. But passive diffuser, I think they're all the same. It basically is all the same. It just depends on what you like, what you're using it for. So I'm not going to talk much about that. I love all of these ones that are from doTERRA. They're specialty ones. So this one we put in our bathroom. We put in places where people will come in, it senses it, and it just brightens up the area. The same with this one as well. So these are the nebulizing diffusers. I love the Loxam. Why I love this one is a higher end diffuser that you attach, has a timer on it, will run for different amounts of time. I love that it's chargeable, so I can just quickly move this into different rooms if I need to. If a kid is having a hard time falling asleep, I can just move it into that room and turn it on. There's different outputs, so it comes out with more or less, and it's relatively quiet compared to some of the other nebulizing diffusers. And then if we're going to the ultrasonic diffusers. So I have my go-to trusted, more expensive ones, and depending on the size of room. And then I have like not doTERRA brand, because I use doTERRA. I love the quality of their diffusers. They have a warranty and they last me for years and years and years. So I'm showing you the ones that have been lasting for a long time, but then I also am going to show you some of my favorites that I've just gotten off of Amazon that you can use depending on the size of room. So for the smallest diffuser I love from doTERRA, it's the Pebble diffuser. So it's super small and travels, in different rooms. This is great for a smaller room. So a bedroom, an office, you live in a smaller apartment, that is a great inexpensive diffuser, but very high quality. The smaller diffuser right here that I love, and the brand that I like on Amazon is Diffuser Love. So they've been around for a long time. You'll see lots of different diffusers, and a lot of the diffusers that are on there just with different names, they all come from the same distributor of manufacturer. They just stamp it with somebody else's name. But Diffuser Love, I love this one here, and I'll put down in the description a link to these, so if you want to check them out and the different prices. They do come so you can set it for different times and time. And then also they have lights that you can, either turn on or turn off depending on where you're having it. For the medium sized room, my favorites are La Luz from doTERRA. I love this because it's just very high quality. This is porcelain instead of plastic. Like most of the cheaper diffusers, they are plastic. It's a good medium sized room. It runs for an hour, 2 hours, or 4 hours, and then has its different lights. They go off and on for that one. And then I also love this. I love this diffuser off of Amazon, the flame diffuser. So you can turn off the light, you can turn up or down the input on there. Maybe you like the look of it, maybe not. I think it's a really great talking piece. So I love this one, and the output is amazing. So I will put a link to that one as well. For your larger size room, I love this one off of Amazon. Now this is supposed to be a humidifying diffuser as well, but is not very good at humidifying. But I've loved it as a large room diffuser. So this one is from Blue Hills. It has a pretty good size water tank in there and seems to do really well for larger rooms. And my ultimate favorite one is this one from doTERRA. It's beautiful stone, and it again is chargeable, so you can move it to different rooms. It has pretty good output, so it does really well for larger rooms, medium-sized rooms, and it just has that more expensive feel to it, so I like that. Now then, as far as humidifying diffuser, this would be my favorite. And yes, I'm biased towards doTERRA. I've tried some other humidifying diffusers, and they were hard to clean. It was difficult to manage that side of it, and it's really important that you clean it regularly, or you're going to get those mold spores building up, and then it's going to do harm, right? So I love this one. You can see the output. See if I turn it on. So there's different outputs. Look how much that pumps out. I mean, it just will pump out some mega water and oils into the air, and this will run all night. So this is something that I often will put in my kids' rooms if they're having issues with respiratory things. I will use it then, but most of the time I'm just using a diffuser in their bedrooms or around the house. So I hope that helps you kind of see. Like I said, I will put the links to these, and these are tried, tested. It's not like I just got it and like, hey, let's just see how it works. We've been using these for a long time. These are the ones that we've really fallen in love with, that haven't broken, that work really well, and do what they say they're going to do. Now, if you have a diffuser already at your home, I would love for you in the comments to put which one you have and whether you love it or hate it. So now we're gonna go into the benefits and the drawbacks of each of these diffusers to help you to better understand if you'd want to have that in your house or when you'd want to use that. So the first one, the evaporative diffusers, I love these because they're just for personal aroma. But this is something that you would use. It's very personal, and these are the least expensive, so it's one of the fastest ways to kind of get started with essential oils. The downside to these type of diffusers is that the oils flash off. So each of an essential oil, there's hundreds of different compounds in there, and there's different notes. So there's different weights of those chemical constituents. So the lighter notes will flash off sooner than the heavier notes. So you're not getting the full composition of the essential oil when you're using just a passive diffuser. And so that's one of the downsides, right? That you're not getting the full chemical constituents all at the same time. They'll eventually flash off, but it's not as potent and it's not as therapeutic as if you're using one of the other diffusers. Another cool thing about it is they're very quiet. They don't make any noise. So sometimes maybe if you're sleeping, you may not like the noise of a diffuser, or it kind of sounds like background noise and you don't like that. So a passive diffuser for sure is the quietest of all diffusers. So quickly touching upon those heat diffusers, upside is that, again, they're usually low cost and they usually deliver a smell really quickly. There's no water involved with that, so you don't have to worry about filling up a diffuser with water. So that's sometimes why people will use those. But again, like I said, it can change the chemical composition of essential oils and make them either ineffective or toxic. Okay, so those nebulizing diffusers, so those are the ones that connect right to the bottle of oil, right to the diffuser. Now these pump out the oil in a large quantity really fast. So oftentimes in large rooms or offices, they'll use them. So I have dental offices that are using them. That's probably the best ones to do. You're getting the whole full composition of the oil all at the same time. One of the challenges is that they do use a lot of oil. And the other thing with them is they're usually kind of noisy. Now let's take a look at the ultrasonic diffuser. It is the most cost-effective way because you use a small amount of water, and then depending on the essential oil brand that you buy, if they're pure and potent, we only use 3 to 5 drops. You're putting those oils into the air, and even after it shuts off, that they're still in the air 2 to 3 hours. Now, the last type of diffuser is a humidifying diffuser. But if you are in a drier place where you want that moisture, the heavier molecules of water plus the essential oils, you can combine them into a humidifying diffuser. So with any of those, other than, like I said, the passive diffuser, there is some maintenance involved in making sure that they stay clean, but especially for the humidifying diffuser. Not all essential oils are created equal. And so if you're using oils that are not pure, that aren't potent, then they actually have the ability to do more harm than they do good. It's just like putting toxins into the air. I will put down in the description a link to my favorite starter kit of essential oils with those that I trust, that have been using for many, many years in all of my diffusers and that work really, really well.